Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time doing another Christmas review, and this one is on Santa Buddies. Now, as you know, Santa Buddies was the fourth installment into the Air Buddies film series that was more like a spin-off from Air Bud. So pretty much this film is meant to take place after Space Buddies and meant to take place before Spooky Buddies. Now, pretty much I do see this film as a bit of a pilot and a bit of a potential, idea on what they were going to do in the future back in 2010 with Santa Pools. Now, pretty much the premise of the film is basically meant to be about Puppy Pools, who is basically Santa Pools' son, and at the same time, due to all being irresponsible and that, decides wants to live the life of a normal dog. And at the same time, you have Santa Pools and Santa Claus having their own sort of problems, given the fact that the magical Christmas icicle is melting because nobody believes in Christmas, and without it, power starts to around the workhouse. The North Pole starts to go down. The reindeer start to get sick, and it kind of is like a realistic problem that shows that once an energy source starts to deplete, it kind of means that there are potential consequences to this. So, at the same time, you are introduced to the other buddies, who at the same time befriend, basically, Puppy Pools, and at the same time they do see him as a friend, but his antics kind of cause him to get into trouble. And what's interesting is that you are also introduced mostly to the dog catcher Stan Krug, voiced by Christopher Lloyd, known for playing Doc in Back to the Future and Murloc in DuckTales the movie. So I still feel that the dog catcher villain is just thrown in there as a character to try and redeem. I feel like, yeah, that's not a bad idea, but I feel they could have had more time with him. And again, he's just a side character with basically that is just meant to be redeemed for the sake of the story. So at the same time, the movie is mainly about Puppy Pools taking on the responsibilities, and at the same time is also meant to basically show the Air Buddies basically what could happen if their selfish actions, and how basically when no one believes in Christmas affects others. And also the fact that that sense of the great Christmas icicles melting because people's main focus is to themselves and then to others. So it's kind of like a realistic consequence that kind of shows it. So what's actually interesting is pretty much keep in mind that this is the only time we do see the Air Buddies with Santa Pools and the other characters, given the fact that Santa Pools was more like a spin-off. It was mostly like this big potential pilot to another idea for a series. So keep in mind that Santa Pools had two films, The Search for Santa Pools in 2010 and Santa Pools 2, The Santa Pups in 2012. So that sequel does kind of cause some continuity errors, and keep in mind The Search for Santa Pools is meant to be kind of like a prequel, so it does cause a few continuity errors. And I do feel they do try and redeem Puppy Pools, but I feel like if they had a mother-like character to kind of be the voice of reason to Puppy Paws' father. I kind of feel you could have had Mrs. Claus to be the kind of counterpart with that, and it could have been a bit better. So I think the movie's not too bad, but I feel like it does rush some things. I feel you could have had more time with the air buddies and that, which they do, but I feel you could have had them show them around town and what dogs do. So it's not bad, not great, but definitely alright. So I think it deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but could have been better. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.